Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time tuning in, my name is Salvador Brigman, and on this YouTube channel we talk about crowdfunding, we talk about how to launch a great Kickstarter campaign, a great Indiegogo campaign, and really the marketing component of that project or that campaign. How do you go about getting backers? How do you go about getting people to buy the product? How do you get people to take action? Like, how will strangers actually find this product? How will people discover you, and why will they decide to part with their hard-earned dollars to support what it is that you're doing or to pre-order your product? And I'm actually right now with my new Canon EOS 70D camera, and I also got some new lighting. You might be able to see it there in the background. I have some great lighting here with this window here, so I'm probably not gonna use it right now, but in the future videos, you might see me use it. This is a very different video than a lot of the other content I put out. So if you are someone who is just looking for like a quick 3 to 5 minute video with some of the key tips and techniques and tactics and such, this is not the video for you. This is gonna be a longer video, probably around 15 minutes. And I wanna go into some of the secrets that I've learned behind marketing and also getting people to take action. Getting people to buy your product, getting people to share it on social media, or getting people to leave a comment, to give you some feedback. These are the things that I want to talk about with this video. Okay, so the first subject that I think that many of you might be aware of, but it's highly underutilized, is the power of storytelling. And what do I mean by that? Well, when is the last time that you sat 2 hours consuming a bit of content? Well, I'm kind of a nerd. So like, I've definitely watched 2-hour long YouTube videos or like 1.5 hour long YouTube videos to learn a particular topic. Because I like that. Like, I'm really weird. I actually find that relaxing, and like I'll do that when I'm home, just like sit on the couch and watch a very long YouTube video on some kind of topic. I also like documentaries and like reading books and like that kind of stuff, but I know that most people aren't willing to do that. Like, you want the quick, the fast, like the answers. But I'm willing to bet that you have sat down and watched something for 2 hours. And immediately when I say that, what comes to mind? Probably a movie, maybe a play. You sat there and you watched people on the screen speak for 2 hours. Why is that? It's because of storytelling. It's because storytelling holds your interest and it creates anticipation. It really makes you want to find out what's gonna happen next. What's gonna happen to this character? What's gonna happen to that character? Is this gonna pan out? All these different questions that you've been having in your mind. Storytelling evokes curiosity. And curiosity is what maintains attention. And if your goal is to get someone to land on your crowdfunding campaign page or your product page and actually read through it or watch the video, you need to maintain their attention. And storytelling is a great way to do that. I mean, I have friends who when trashy TV is on, I don't know, some reality TV show, I'm like, why are you watching this? And they're like, yeah, it's kind of shitty TV, but I want to find out what happens to this person. Or they're like, right after the commercial break, you will find out. And like some teaser. And that's because people naturally want to find out what's going to happen. Like, you will watch an hour-long to an 1.5 hour long movie that's horrible just to find out how the ending plays out. And then maybe you'll click off the remote and be like, oh, that was horrible. But you're willing to sit there. You see what I'm saying here? By embedding storytelling into your marketing, into your pitch, and also into the message that you're delivering to your backers and your customers, it's going to increase the attention. It's going to increase how much they empathize with you. That's why storytelling is also really powerful. We tend to empathize with characters and the experience that they've gone through. If you want someone to feel the same way you felt in a given situation, don't say I was scared. Describe the scenario. Describe what happened, what they did, what you did. It puts someone's mind in that situation and they're more likely to feel the emotions that you felt. That's why storytelling is powerful. The next thing that I want to point out here, sort of like a secret-ish to marketing, is the concept of social proof. And some of you out there might know what this is, but a lot of people don't. What is social proof? So social proof is you go into a given situation, and because a lot of people are doing something, it feels socially normal or socially right to do it. For example, if you see a lot of people crowding around one person in public, you're going to assume that person has a high status. And maybe in that social setting, if you're at like a bar or I don't know, some kind of party, or if you're just on the street, you're gonna assume that they're like a celebrity or in some way they have very high social value. You're using the behavior of other people to calibrate and to come up with a conclusion about how you should behave towards that person and whether or not you should actually pay attention to them. This goes back to attention. So if you're in that situation, you see a lot of people crowding around one person, you might be more likely to like shout out or like scream or be very extroverted when even you're not an extroverted person because you're in the crowd. It feels more normal. It feels okay. It feels socially normal if you're shouting out to like a movie star, "Will you marry me?" Would you ever do that in a normal situation? No. It changes what you consider to be normal, and it really elevates and peaks your emotional state. So one way you can do that with marketing is, and I don't mean this in any kind of a manipulative way, but to manufacture social proof initially. And what I mean by that is, if you come to a crowdfunding campaign page, no one has backed it, no one has bought the product, no one has supported it, no one has shared it, no one has commented about it, you're probably gonna come up with a reason in your mind like, this is like weird, like why is no one interested? Probably there's something scammy about this, or probably like this is not realistic. I'm not even gonna take a second to watch the video, you know? Or it's the same feeling you might get if you're walking on the street and you pass by a restaurant and no one is in that restaurant. You're like, oh, that's awkward. You know, they might have like shitty food, or they might just not be good, or you know, whatever reason you're gonna come up with your mind not to go and read the menu and see what kind of food they have or go into the restaurant. Not everyone behaves that way, but a large number of people do. Same feeling if you're going into a party setting, you're trying to have fun, or like a bar and no one is there. You're like, well, this is a buzzkill, like this is awkward. It doesn't give you that feeling like you want to learn more or you want to explore the thing more. When you're at a crowdfunding campaign page, if you do see people backing it, buying it, talking about it, sharing it, you're seeing it's trending in some way, you're seeing people that of media publications that you respect, like the New York Times, writing about it, there are logos on the campaign page, you're more likely to check it out. You're more likely to watch the video, you're more likely to be susceptible to the messages and actually buy in because other people are, and it's cool. It's a cool thing to do. Like, this is a cool project. I want to be a part of it. I want one of these things. I want to actually back it. This goes all back to why will people pay attention to things and what emotion are you creating in them? Remember that, you know, certain things like are logical purchasing choices. There are certain things you use the logical part of your mind in order to determine, do you want to part with your hard-earned dollars for this? More often than not, it's an emotional choice when it comes to crowdfunding because it's something that people want, not something that they need. This is something people just like, they feel like, man, like I want that, you know? It gives the emotion that, it's really just, I want to say, focused on the emotional side of the brain. And that actually leads me into my next point here. Why is it that people take action? I think that one of the primary reasons that people take action, and this is corroborated by books, by other marketers that I've talked with, is the concept of urgency. So we have so many things going on in our life. Like, I don't know about you, but I have lots of emails. I have lots of text messages. I get notifications from all these apps that I'm a part of. I have things to do. I have a birthday coming up. I have, plans, dinner plans, etc. There's a lot of stuff going on in my life. And that's not even work. Like, I have a lot of other work stuff to do. If you're launching a new product or a new campaign, on my list, it's like, I have my top 3. You're maybe number 10, likely number 20, maybe even 30. And your goal as a marketer is to climb that list. In people's minds, you want to be the top 3 of priority in their life, maybe top 5, top 3. And the more you move up, the more someone is closer to making a purchasing decision, or they're closer to actually backing your crowdfunding campaign. And one way you can do that is with communicating a sense of urgency. People only have 30 to 60 days to actually back this campaign. They only have this amount of time to get in on the project, to claim early bird reward tiers, and to really support the project. If they don't, sorry, time's up. Like, this is a limited fundraising duration. And I know that that's built into crowdfunding. That's one of the reasons why it works. But you also have to communicate that level of urgency to your backers and followers, people on your email list, etc. It's not enough just to assume that they know that. You have to communicate the urgency so they feel the urgency. Okay? I mean, that's kind of like a basic concept, but you'll be astounded the number of people who don't do it. And that's kind of what this boils down to, is there are a lot of things that people know, like, yeah, I know to do that. Do they actually do it? No. So that's why I'm trying to break down some of these things. The next thing I want to talk about here, and we're getting to the 15-minute mark almost, so I might cut this after that, is building relationships at scale. And what I mean by that? Well, what I'm doing right now, you're getting a sense of who I am. You can, right here, tell that I like Twinings green tea. I'm not too picky. I like tea. I like coffee. Definitely more of a coffee addict than a tea drinker, but I felt like a tea mood this morning because I was meditating. I'd like to meditate for about 5 to 8 minutes every single day. Do I make it every day? No. I'll probably do like 4 days out of the week, but I find it just resets myself. I also like to go to the gym, not because I like to, I mean, it has nice side benefits, but because it really resets my mind and it pushes me in different ways, and I like how positive I feel after I go to the gym. So what did I just do? Like right there, I told you a bit about me, and a YouTube video, let's just say 1,000 people consume that. You just got a sense for what I like, who I am, how I speak, how I think, how I deconstruct topics, what I do with my time. You have a little bit of a sense. How old I am, all these different things. So when I talk about building relationships at scale, what I mean is you want someone to feel like they have a sense of who you are. They have a sense of your values, but they also just have a sense for this person is no longer like a stranger online that you have no idea who they are. You're not in the spammer box in their mind. You're someone trying to build a cool product, or you're someone trying to do something with their life or affect people in some way. You are an actual person in their mind. There's this question I always get: will strangers back my crowdfunding campaign? Or how do I get strangers to buy my product, etc. And I say this: you cannot get strangers to care about you, but you can turn strangers into friends and get them to care about you. And I'm not saying that in a manipulative way, just like to care about your content. Or turns out this video stopped because I filled up my memory card. So let me just close this out really quickly, saying that building relationships at scale is one of the most important things you can do. creating that feeling that like people know who you are. You're not just some random person in the universe. You're not just some spammer. You're actually someone who is doing something they're passionate about. They understand your story and why you care about this and have a sense for your values. And lastly, that is going to make them much more likely to check out your campaign, to give their attention to you, and to buy your product. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a second. Please give me a second. Please take a second to give me a thumbs up and let me know how I'm doing. You know, I'd love to put out more content like this. I don't know what that was. To put up more content like this. And I do want to do more long form stuff, but I have to know that this is worth your and my time. So if you could give me a thumbs up, and also down below leave a comment, let me know if you have any questions, let me know if you have any thoughts. That'd be a great way to just let me know how I'm doing, and if you want me to put out more content like this in the future. And lastly, obviously, come subscribe. I'm gonna be putting out more videos in the future, so it's an easy way to let you know when that content comes out. Again, my name is Salvador Brigman, and thank you for joining me today to talk about crowdfunding and marketing.